Okay, let's do another 5-minute segment. So I'm going to turn this gently so everybody can see the crystal chamber, which is amazing, by the way. There's only a tiny little bit of exposed wiring that you can see through the backside. You might not be able to see on the camera, but I actually think it's kind of cool. I did sleeve the wire, but in my manipulation of the wire and getting everything there, a tiny little bit shows. But honestly, I dig it. It's almost that skeleton effect to see how everything's powered. But I'm going to put the chassis in, and when I push this in, and I'm going to use the pommel to do so, as I thread it, contact will be made. Inside the pommel, right down here, there is a 3D printed and adhered ring. I say adhered, I put E6000 along the edge, put it in place, let it dry for a full 24 so it can be removed. But after printing 8 of them, I got it exact. I got it so when you screw it in, pressure is made. It depresses the pogo pins by, I don't know, 3/4 of a millimeter. And I did offset, so there's very little chance you'll ever damage those pins unless something crazy happens. But yeah, so contact will be made. The motor starts spinning, which I love. We've got the pulse effect. Now, every font that I did, and I've got a big picture window in front of me, but every font that I set up for the V3 has a different animation effect for the chassis lighting, and the animation effect up here can change. This is like a teal color, which I think is awesome. The cracked glass marble up in that upper chamber, gorgeous. You put this in a low light at all, and it screams. I've got my big window in front of me here in the shop. But anyway, so what I might change in the future, as you talked about doing a run, is that this is a great crystal. The shape is perfect, but it's pretty dense in terms of like the cloudiness of the crystal. So it's illuminating about 3/4 of the crystal. I put the pixel like as close to the top of this as I could without, shorting anything out. And in fact, I think I actually 3D printed a little trim ring to cover up the resistor and the contacts on the pixel. And it's a BTF pixel, so it's a 50/50. It's pretty bright. You can even see light shining through the emitter up here because you've got a 16 lit pixel adapter here, a 16 lit pixel adapter up top. Both are resisted, just to make sure we don't have any voltage issues. But there you go. So we have our lit chamber. Certain colors do show up better than others, but the chamber is awesome, my friend. When the saber goes into standby, these do cut, which I love. You can have it for display. You can leave it setting out so people notice it, but it will turn off eventually. You've got your motor spinning in the blade plug, and I gotta say your blade plugs are awesome, my friends, so keep that up. The upper one I think is missing the PCB, and I didn't want to take it apart and rebuild it. It looks like you left the PCB out. You were probably waiting on more to come in, but my PCBs did not fit it. Otherwise, I would have gone ahead and set that up for you. I love your clamp here, which is awesome, which releases the blade. I thought that was stellar. Like, that's an idea that I think a lot more smiths should use. But I'll pop this guy back down in there. Okay, let's cycle through a couple fonts. You do have a 2-button setup. I think I showed you maybe in the photos. I ended up using, no, you designed this around my switch PCB. And I ended up notching out the bottom of your all-metal crystal chamber that slides in, which was awesome. I just put a small rectangular notch in there so the PCB could sit completely flat instead of angling at all, like under or over. The switch plungers are perfect. I think this is activation and this is auxiliary. We'll know momentarily.
Pylon.
Yeah, so this is your auxiliary. So Pylon, using your font, since I switched it, now we've got this beautiful gold color. And these are set to a nice like energy static effect. And you've got one here, and under the blade plug is another lit pixel adapter. So you've got all of these LEDs firing.
Pylon.
Again, different font variations. Love the font, by the way, just in case our friend from Mountain Sabers is watching. So this one is like a static flame flicker. And the light, gosh, I wish it wasn't so sunny today, but the light reflecting off of that cracked glass marble is epic. It's red with these bright flashes of white off the cracks. You'll love it. You'll see it in person very soon. And again, that's volume at 1,000. Don't turn it up too loud, my man. I'm not worried about the speaker blowing. I'm more worried about your eardrums. It's just great.
Pylon.
and we've got multiple versions of Pylon, different colors set for each. Oh, it's such a good font.
Ancient integration.
So, as we talked about, I bought a couple fonts. I think you'll love them, but just the sounds, they just go well.
Baba Yaga.
This is my house font. We've got a nice heartbeat pulse there. It's beautiful, my man.
Good afternoon.
It's my merchant font.
It's been a long time.
I'll let you experience that one.
Pylon.
And back to Pylon. So I think there's a total of 8, and they're all custom fonts. I didn't use any of the kind of stock fonts, but those can be added anytime. I did add some of the Star Wars music, as you and I discussed. Yeah, my friend, you did an amazing job. Now, if I leave this, it will go into standby, and the motors will cut, which is awesome. But I will go ahead and just unscrew. You'll notice that the chambers stop as the chassis disconnects. There is no time frame. There's no delay. You don't have to, turn on the chassis and put it into place in any specific amount of time. It just fires up and it just works. So there is the accent lighting one more time. It's beautiful, my friend. Wow. Assuming everything goes well, I might have to get in on this run. I hope you love it. If you want any changes made, let me know. But the next video, I'm just going to kind of guide you through some of the little pieces that I modified.